Welcome to the Charles Lee Center. My name is Jeff. I'm a senior director here at the center. We're in Spartanburg, South Carolina. We strive to be the provider of choice, supporting people where they live, work, and play. Well, we were searching back in 2011 for an electronic health record.
I first met Charles Lee Center when they came to our national conference in New York a number of years back. We sat down and talked with them. They were interested in technology and helping individuals, as well as helping their staff with their documentation challenges.
So Charles Lee Center was one of our first providers to step into the arena of some of the technology. While we are using Therap now statewide, they were one of a handful of providers that started using Therap at the beginning, along with a few others.
After the second national conference, they really embraced Therap and began to put a plan together to implement.
What we experienced was definitely person-centered. It was easy. It was very flexible with the needs that we had, and it would help us aid in the communication between our staff and the persons that we serve.
When we started using technology here, and especially Therap at the Charles Lee Center, it allowed staff to have more time to spend with the individuals because it had record keeping in one area instead of having to write everything that they were doing at night. It allowed for them to give an overall account of their day where everyone would be able to access that information and be able to do it quicker than they would normally by having paper.
We began serving the first person in 2008, and she was from a different part of the state who wanted to live independently. The concerns we had was that she'd always lived in ICF, and then she was deaf. So we thought, okay, can we do this? And we're like, yeah, we can do this. And we kind of partnered with a company called Simply Home out of Asheville, North Carolina, to actually put some sensors in her apartment to help aid us when we know she needed some supports. So the STEP program, which is supporting transitions, equipping people, actually was birthed. It was birthed for 3 ladies who were successful within 3 months of completing the program.
Before I became the coordinator for the STEP home, where we had 3 ladies that went through, there was no staff at night, and we trained them to live more independently, I was a supervisor at an SLP program, which is supported living in apartments. And they were so dependent on staff when they had the ability to do things on their own. The individuals really enjoy the benefit of having a familiar face. You know, someone from the community transitional residential services responds, they're familiar with that person because it's someone they work with on a day-to-day basis.
Just think about what your life would be like if you had somebody within arm's reach of you all the time, or you had to have somebody checking in on you every 10 minutes. It wouldn't give you a lot of freedom. It wouldn't give you a lot of opportunity. And so implementing technologies now, like Simply Home, are able to give people some freedom, but yet when you are supporting individuals, still be able to ensure that those things that are necessary for that person, such as medications and those types of things, are still occurring, but people have a lot more freedom through the use of technology.
I think it actually helps the people that's being served, have more dignity, that they can take their own blood pressure, they can weigh themselves and not have to worry about staff needing that, because again, one of the things we're trying to do is ensure that we're not over-serving people. When we don't need a nurse, but the nurse needs the data, it's good to actually have it. But if the individual can do those things themselves without staff having to be in their apartment to actually have it done, it's priceless.